You're watching Football Daily, and here are this week's biggest transfer headlines. With January on the horizon and multiple clubs looking for new managers, the paper talk has been hot this week. Let's get started. With 10 goals from 13 appearances so far this season, following a 21-goal tally in Serie A last term, Dusan Vlahovic is one of the hottest properties in Europe right now. And in recent weeks, the Serbian striker has been increasingly linked with a big money move to Arsenal, who are now prioritising a centre-forward. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang turns 33 next summer, by which point he'll have just a year left on his contract, while Oleksandr has entered the final year of his deal at the Emirates, with several clubs linked with a January move for him. Man City are the latest party rumoured to be interested in the Frenchman, having missed out on Harry Kane in the last window, and Newcastle and West Ham are also reportedly interested. The Gunners will no doubt be tempted to acquire a bargain fee in January rather than lose him for free next summer. Plus, anything they do receive for Lacazette could be put towards a replacement, with Mikel Arteta also said to be keen on Real Sociedad star Alexander Isak. But according to Gianluca Di Marzio, Arsenal have their sights set firmly on Vlahovic and have already made contact with Fiorentina with a view to signing him in January. Apparently, they are willing to pay up to €80 million for the 21-year-old. However, while the Serie A club are expected to accept such an offer, the player is yet to be convinced and is reportedly waiting to see if other options arise. And there could be another option in the shape of Arsenal's arch rivals Tottenham. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, new manager Antonio Conte has been given assurances over the club's commitment to signing Vlahovic, and alongside Fabio Paratici, who spent years negotiating deals in Italy as Juventus' sporting director, he may well feel confident about hijacking Arsenal's move. It could be about to get very heated in North London come January. Over to Newcastle now, as talk continues to brew over how the Magpies' new owners are going to transform the club. And following the appointment of Eddie Howe as manager, attention has turned to the search for a sporting director. Ajax's Mark Overmars is one name they have been prominently linked with. The former Arsenal winger has been the club's director of football since 2012, heading up a recruitment team that has unearthed the likes of Frankie de Jong, Akadeus Milik and Lisandro Martinez in the past decade, helping the club become a force in European football once more, with their runs to the Europa League final in 2017 and Champions League semi-finals in 2019 particular highlights. However, he is contracted to the Amsterdam outfit until 2024, and having been linked with a similar role at Arsenal following Sven Mislintat's departure in 2019, with The Athletic reporting that he has opted to stay in the Netherlands in light of these latest rumours. But don't worry, Magpies fans, as the position could be filled imminently, with Michael Emenalo now odds-on to be appointed. Chelsea's technical director between 2011 and 2017, a period in which the club bought Eden Hazard, Juan Mata, Mo Salah and Kevin De Bruyne to name just a few, Emenalo also restructured the club's academy, setting in motion the conditions for players like Mason Mount and Reece James to thrive. The former left-back's last job was with Monaco, where he didn't enjoy much success before leaving in 2019. But to be fair to him, he didn't have the easiest task, succeeding the legendary Luis Campos in overseeing a major squad rebuild following the departures of stars like Kylian Mbappe, Bernardo Silva and Fabinho. According to The Telegraph, Emenalo is now Newcastle's top target for the position and has travelled to Saudi Arabia for talks with the club's new owners. He is also apparently a big fan of Eddie Howe as a coach, so fans will be hoping this is the start of a fruitful relationship between the pair at St James's Park. But if he joins, which player should Emenalo target first in January? Let us know in the comments below and give us a reason why. The best suggestion will be read out on this week's Sunday Vibes. Moving on to a Premier League club that are yet to hire a new manager, and it's Aston Villa, following the sacking of Dean Smith on the weekend. The lifelong Villa fan leaves the Midlands outfit after 3 years in charge, having won promotion in his first season and kept them in the top flight ever since. So despite 5 straight losses, many fans are sad to see Smith go. But talk has quickly and predictably turned to who could replace him, and a number of candidates are in the picture. Former Everton boss Roberto Martinez is reportedly keen on the position, although he apparently wants to secure Belgium's place at next year's World Cup before deciding his future. Denmark manager Kasper Hjulmand has also been linked due to his friendship with Villa's sporting director Johan Lang, but confirmed yesterday he was not ready to leave his post with the national team. Both Southampton's Ralph Hasenhüttl and Brighton's Graham Potter are also admired by the club hierarchy, but are strongly committed to their jobs on the south coast. But perhaps the most eye-catching name is Steven Gerrard. Premier League legend and Rangers boss has emerged as a frontrunner for the position, with the BBC's Phil McNulty reporting that he ranks high on the club's shortlist. Not only did the former Liverpool captain lead Rangers to the Scottish title unbeaten last season, dropping just 12 points and conceding just 13 goals, but did so with the kind of aggressive, forward-thinking attacking style of play that is regarded highly at Villa Park. He's also well known to the club's chief executive Chris Purslow, who spent a year as managing director at Anfield during his playing days, while Gary McAllister, Gerrard's assistant at Ibrox, performed the same role alongside Gerard Houllier at Villa Park back in 2010-11. And while he is under contract at Ibrox until 2024, Gerrard is reportedly interested in the Villa job according to The Guardian, while the club's owners will have no problem paying the £2 million compensation needed to get him out of Glasgow. Villa are apparently confident of securing Gerrard's services, so new details may have even emerged by the time you're watching this. But is Gerrard the right choice for them? Let us know in the comments. But of course, Dean Smith wasn't the only Prem manager to be shown the door on the weekend, with Norwich's Daniel Farke also relieved of his duties following his side's first win of the season away at Brentford. And funnily enough, the aforementioned Smith is a potential target to take the reins at Carrow Road, with his style of football, experience in the Championship and record of keeping Villa in the top flight making him an attractive proposition for the bottom-placed club. The Canaries are also keen on Ralph Hasenhüttl, but like Villa, accept that he probably won't leave Southampton at this stage. So the job could fall to another Premier League great in Frank Lampard. The former Derby boss has been out of work since being sacked by Chelsea back in January, and according to Fabrizio Romano, held talks with the club on Monday. Hiring the former England international would certainly be a risk. Lampard has zero experience of fighting a relegation battle, and while he got both Derby and Chelsea playing some great football, could struggle to turn things around quick enough to save Norwich from the drop. But while the club are clearly keen to stay in the top flight this term, the possibility of relegation would surely be accounted for should Lampard take the job. If he's allowed to build a project like Farke was, then it could end up being a win for both parties. But Norwich could also hire from further afield, with Bodo Glimt boss Kjetil Knutsen also being linked with the job. The Norwegian coach made headlines recently following his side's 6-1 battering of Jose Mourinho's Roma in the Europa Conference League, while he also delivered the club its first ever league title last year and looks odd on to retain it this term. He would certainly be more in keeping with the club's direction since Stuart Webber joined in 2017, with the sporting director adept at bringing in undervalued players and coaches from overseas. It would also potentially open up the possibility of bringing in some of the young stars developed by Knutsen in Norway, while he would almost definitely command a smaller wage than Lampard. Nevertheless, tasking a coach with no previous Premier League experience with saving a club deep in a relegation battle isn't exactly ideal. Whatever happens, expect to see some developments in the coming days. We finish off our episode in Italy, as following Genoa's appointment of Andriy Shevchenko, the former Ukraine boss has set some pretty punchy targets in the transfer market, at least if reports are to be believed. The Serie A side sit just one place above the relegation zone, and so there's a lot of work for Shevchenko to get on with in his first job in club management, starting with the visit of Roma a week on Sunday. And according to reports in Italy, the Milan legend is eyeing up Man City's Oleksandr Zinchenko and Chelsea's Christian Pulisic. Zinchenko has hardly featured this term, while Pulisic has once again struggled with injury, but while more game time would be a certainty for them under Shevchenko, leaving a Premier League title race for a Serie A relegation battle is surely not what they are looking for. Of course, Shevchenko enjoys a good relationship with Zinchenko from their work together in the national setup, but we reckon this is about as far as it goes with this rumour. More realistic targets include Milan's Samu Castillejo, who is currently out with injury but has also dropped down Stefano Pioli's pecking order this term, and Dynamo Kiev left back Vitaly Mikolenko. We at FD wish Shevchenko the best of luck in his new job. So that's all we have time for on this week's Transfer Talk. Remember, get your comments down below for it to be read out on this week's Sunday Vibes, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a like. If you're uninitiated, get subscribed so you never miss another one of our daily videos, and why not click on screen right now for another one of our great vids. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.